What's going on, guys? It's Danny from Slow Restoration, and today we're actually going on a little road trip. We are in the Escalade, but we're on our way to Chris's house, the guy we built the 1969 Pro Touring Camaro for. He's had the car for a while now. We need to go there and help him measure up. He wants to order the wheels for it, so we need to get back spacing and offset and all that kind of thing. So we are on our way there. There's a couple of things we need to adjust on the car also. But yeah, we're on our way. Where Chris's neck of the woods is a little bit flatter than where we live. So it's all kind of fields and straight, level, open land. So let's get there and we'll check the Camaro out. Chris has did a couple of things to it since it's been back, and we'll just check it out when we get there. It's been a little while since we saw this car, so you kind of get attached to them when you build them. So it'd be nice to see this car again and just do a quick walk around. I think he's did some more tuning to it, and just anxious to see this car again. So, but if you don't know this car, it's a 1969 Camaro that we built in the Finding Fast Motorsports garage, and we pretty much did a ground up on it. It came in as a running, driving car. We completely tore it down, cut the whole floor out, the rear frame rails, the trunk floor, the tail pan, and the firewall, and put all that back in new sheet metal. So it's all brand new sheet metal. Again, firewall, new firewall, smoothed out. We'll see it when we get there. It does have vintage air, so it's a smoothed out firewall, a new one-piece front floor, one-piece trunk floor, new frame rails, and well, that guy's just gonna pass us, and we're already doing 65, so some people. So one-piece trunk floor, new frame rails. We did do Detroit Speed mini tubs into the car also. It's got a complete SpeedTech suspension under the back, the torque arm suspension, and it's got tubular A-arms and coilovers up front also. So it's a beautiful car. It's not painted yet. We kind of put it back together, and it came in black primer. We touched up the areas that we touched, and kind of put it back together like that. So Chris is doing his fine tuning now, and he's getting the wheels and tires, getting all that settled in, and then he'll go ahead and get the car painted. So it's a beautiful car. It is a big block. It's a 496 Tremec 5-speed transmission. It does have a Ford 9-inch rear in it with, again, the SpeedTech torque arm rear suspension. It's a very nice car. Should drive amazing. It sounds good. We did do a custom 3-inch polished stainless steel exhaust system on it, and a lot of other work we did to this car. So coated the whole underneath with Raptor liner, a tinted version of the Raptor liner. All right, we're here. This is Chris's garage. Looks like he might have a low tire, but it is still on rollers. That's why we're here, to measure up for the proper wheels. And I think he actually has the tires, but there it is. Do a quick walk around. It does have new doors. We installed some new doors. The interior's not done yet, obviously, and it's not painted. But as you can see underneath, she's gorgeous. 496 with aluminum heads, dart intake. It's got the March serpentine pulley set up. It's got the aluminum radiator, coated headers, Willwood master cylinder. She looks very, very good. If we peek underneath in the front here, can't really see a whole lot, but we did paint the subframe. It's got tubular A-arms, bigger sway bar, coilovers. It's got the RS conversion kit on it. And if we come around to the back here real quick, we can see it's got the torque arm rear suspension, a 9-inch, again Willwood disc brakes and coilovers in the back also. So as you can see here, these still need to be tied up, but it does have the smooth out firewall, the vintage air right here. Everything's hidden back in behind the fender well here. Up front here's the condenser. But nice clean car. We are on another mission. We are in the GMC today in the Quadra-Steer Yukon. As you can see by the rearview mirror there, we do have the trailer hooked up. So what are we gonna get today? We're almost here. Any guesses what it's gonna be yet? I will tell you this though, it is another marketplace transaction, so marketplace is a dangerous place if you don't want to buy anything. If you want to buy something, it's good, but if you're not looking to buy anything, you're looking to save money, stay off marketplace. It's dangerous. It still just blows me away how good this thing does, towing a trailer, hauling stuff. Again, I've had half-ton like Tahoe before and a Suburban. No comparison. If you are looking for a tow rig, an affordable tow rig, get a you know, mid 2000s 3/4 ton Yukon, GMC Yukon, or a Chevy Suburban. So they make the 3/4 ton Suburban also, of course, and these are excellent vehicles. With the 3/4 ton, the 2500, you standard get the 6-liter 4L80 trans, and you can step up and get the 8.1-liter, which would really be a nice tow rig. But these things are so comfortable to drive around. They tow the trailer so nice. It's, yeah, definitely for a budget tow vehicle that you can, it's multi-purpose. You can use for hauling the family, hauling the dog, whatever you want. Definitely the way to go. We got a whole lot full of vehicles here, so it could be anything in here. All right, of course it was an ordeal to get it loaded, but there it is. A Cadillac truck. Now that was actually a time I really should have been. I wish I could have recorded. It was pretty interesting picking that thing up, but sometimes you just can't. You know, people you're buying something off of may not be comfortable, and it's just how it is. Or sometimes you just need to get it done, and it's you know, don't have time to stop and set cameras up and stuff like that. So just to recap that, first we thought we threw a battery in it. We thought someone stole the starter because it would just click, and I couldn't see a starter on it, and it was sitting really low to the ground. It had a flat tire, so that was the first obstacle. We threw a battery in, like I said, it would just click, and then he thought the back brakes were locked up on it, which these things are all-wheel drive, so the back brakes are locked up, then it kind of keeps everything from moving. After we pumped the front tire up, I was able to get under it, and I want to throw it in neutral so we could try and move it to get it closer to the trailer, and the shifter was not hooked up. And then that guy remembered that he unhooked the trailer, or unhooked the shifter, so he could trailer, because when he picked it up he couldn't find the key. They later found the key, but he had unhooked the shifter from the transmission and manually moved the transmission into neutral. Or actually it was not in neutral, because that's, as it turns out, that's why it wouldn't start. It was just clicking because it wasn't in park or neutral, so it's not going to start. Neutral safety switch won't let it. So after crawling up under it, I hooked the shifter back up. We were able to put it in park, and it did crank. Tried to start, That was kind of interesting too. I thought for sure it was going to fire up enough to pull onto the trailer. Ended up not. There's a brand new fuel pump sitting on the passenger seat inside, so I'm assuming the fuel pump might be bad. It does show low on fuel too, so we'll dump a gallon or two of fuel in it and see if that might help. But chances are the fuel pump is probably bad, so it's probably why they quit running it. So we finally, I ended up getting the trailer backed up close enough to it. We had to push a car out of the way, and I had to hand a winch this thing up on there, and it's not exactly light. So I definitely need to get my winch mount on this trailer so that we can use the electric winch, because that makes life so much easier in situations like this when you're by yourself. So anyway, it's kind of, it would have been a little more interesting if I could have recorded it, but that's the recap of what happened. All right, guys, it's always a good thing to go a little ways and just stop and check your load. Make sure everything's still tight. Nothing looks like it came loose. Our tire did go flat, so we'll have to recheck our straps. And yeah, so far it's a little on the rough side. It's got some rust in it. We're definitely have plans for this, and they don't involve fixing it up, so we'll part out and use what we can off of it. But of course the Yukon's doing extremely well as always. So we're probably just going to part this thing out. We actually have two to part out now, and we need to get them done. We're probably going to keep the motor out of this, maybe a couple other parts. This actually, as it turns out, is a 2002 Escalade EXT, the truck version. The guy had it advertised as a 2003. Kind of wish it was, because they're slightly more desirable. But either way, we got a good deal on it. So if you need any Escalade parts, we have a 2002 now EXT and a 2003 that pretty much parted out, that white one that we got from JPM Tech. So you need any Cadillac Escalade parts, let me know. For sale. So we jumped on that deal really quick, and that's the only reason we ended up with it, because as we were sitting there, the guy actually showed me his phone. He was just scrolling messages from guys wanting either to buy the whole thing, most people wanted the motor out of it, and just buying individual parts off of it. So we shouldn't have any problem actually making money on this deal and still keeping the motor, because there's a lot of parts on this thing, and it was literally on there like maybe 3 hours by the time we actually picked it up. So like I said, when you see something like that, you got to jump on it fast. I've missed a ton of deals just because you can't get to them fast enough. Sometimes you see them within 15 minutes and they're already, you know, if you're not the first person or the first person there with cash, you're just gonna miss out on the deal. But anyway, we shouldn't have any problem making out all right on this deal. So all right, we have this thing here home, safe and sound. We'll get it unloaded. It's getting a little bit late today. Sorry about the wind noise. We'll get it unloaded probably tomorrow. See if we can actually get it fired up. We're close enough to the garage to get air back in that tire. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. This was kind of a all over the place video, but it's kind of the life in the day of, I guess. Just a lot of stuff you don't normally see. So thanks for stopping by. Have a good day.